Well, sweet. Hey, this is Ryan from Awesome. Well, we are with Defeat the Low and to Alive Like Me on the Rise Records tour. What's your name?
Cam.
And what do you play?
Bass for Defeat the Low.
Craig, guitar. I'm Chris. I'm in Defeat the Low. I sang.
I play drums.
That's it. That's about it, though.
I don't talk.
From Defeat the Low, I play guitar.
I'm David. I play bass and backup vocals for Alive Like Me.
And I'm Jairus, and I sing in Alive Like Me.
All right. Sweet. Well, it looks like you guys been on the road for a little bit now, since the 14th, I believe. And actually, on the 14th, you guys just came out with an album, right?
Yeah, it's 17th, but close.
Oh, the 17th. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so how is it? Is this your first tour?
It is our first tour.
And
we're pretty. It's good. I mean, the drives are long and all that good stuff. Pretty cliche thing to say, but having a blast and you know.
Where did you guys start at?
Portland,
okay.
Which is kind of nice. It's our hometown. So.
Right. And how is the Midwest treating you right now? Is it cold enough for you? I mean, right now you guys. This is summer.
Yeah.
This is some summer
we
weather.
We expected it to be a little bit colder, so we're stoked that it's not as cold.
Yeah, you guys got through it this one. That's cool. So I'm going to again. This conversation was really for Defeat the Low, and of course now that we got Alive Like Me in here, we'll definitely talk about that. But how is the new album reacting? How is Nervous Smile? How do you guys, when you guys, this is your first tour, you guys are going out right now, how are people reacting to Nervous Smile? Go ahead.
So far, we've been pretty stoked with the crowd response. I mean, we are a fairly new band, like our album just dropped the other day, and we don't have a whole lot out, and our sound is a little bit of a throwback, so it might be a little off-putting at first, but I think that people can appreciate it, and they do, and they've been really responsive, and it's cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah, actually, the first time my buddy, the guy that we were talking about, he told me about you guys, and I loved. It sounded like a cool new Taking Back Sunday feeling. I don't know if that's what you guys are going for or not, or you guys heard that, but it's awesome.
Cool.
Definitely okay with that one.
Yeah, you like that? Good. I'm glad we'll take them. Yeah. Sweet. So, basically, if you guys are so young and everything, how did you guys get together? How did that all work out?
Ooh, I'll tell that one.
Yeah, do it.
So I actually met everybody. Actually, toured in other bands with Cam.
Bands? Say the bands.
It Prevails and American Me, and we actually got in contact with Craig. Ended up signing, and we also had another buddy band, kind of the same members, signed with Rise, and we've just been maintained a friendship ever since then. I would say.
Wow.
Always been. I mean, he's the owner of a record label, but he's also more than anything, he's kind of just a homeboy. So we all just been talking, and I think it was me and Ryan and you just had the right comment on Facebook. I wish I could play music like this. I wish I had a band like this. And what did we do? 3 years later.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's get together.
You know, actually, that brings up a question that I was going to ask. I don't want to put too much away from Defeat the Low, but it's so weird, and I don't know if so many people do this or not, but as an owner of the record label for the tour and being a musician, is it like how do you balance both of those things, being a musician on your label and everything that's happening as the owner of the label?
Yeah. Well, this tour, I'm just Craig in the band. I'm
cool.
Shutting the label stuff out. I mean, I have people in Portland running the label. Of course, I'm doing phone calls and emails, but I'm band dude on this trip. So
that's cool.
Keep them separated, baby.
Right. No, another thing. It's hey, this guy is kind of like you said, he's our homeboy as well as he's kind of sometimes can be our boss in a sense, and so that's kind of cool that you're able to put that together or separate that. That's awesome.
Yeah, totally.
And it's the Rise Records tour, so all Rise Records bands. But what was the idea of these 4 bands? Why these 4?
Okay.
Or do you want to answer that?
Yeah, I was in the office with Sean, my VP, and we're always looking out for our bands for tours. That's one of the services we provide when you sign to Rise. We help get tours, Yeah. And Dance Gavin was in Portland finishing their record, and they had some time off, and wanted a tour. And Sean and I were we should maybe make it a Rise tour and Ask Secrets. They weren't doing anything, and these guys, weren't doing anything, and I pretty much maybe asked nicely to get my band on tour, and they said yes. So, so whatever. We'll take what we can get, man. So, yeah. So that's basically it. Where all these bands just were looking for tours, and we just kind of combined them. Sometimes the Rise tours sometimes happen because of bands needing tours that things don't work out for other ones, so we just like combine them together, and they always seem to be pretty good. So,
wow.
Yeah.
How has there's been a line. We came in at like 3 o'clock, and there's already a line out the door. Is that what it's basically been? It's been like that?
Yeah, some shows it's definitely there's been kids waiting. Some we don't see any, and then you get inside and they're already inside. So
last
night was the show we were all like, are we gonna play? And then it turned out to be like a pretty awesome
That's
show.
awesome.
So, yeah.
Well, congratulations for that. So with you guys came out with a music video. It's called Aurora Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
And in there, I noticed that it says Aurora Avenue seemed to protect you. What is the meaning of Aurora Avenue? I'm going to assume, are you the one that writes the lyrics too?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Well, that particular song is kind of it kind of hits on like the grunge era, specifically Nirvana and Aurora Avenue, which is in Seattle a lot of time where I was just really throwing it back and into like a lot of Nirvana, a lot of grunge, and I was I've always been pretty inspired by Cobain and just that era of music and its honesty and such, and so I mean the actual song is just a bit of a tribute to that. It's not like it's just kind of like Craig kind of put it. It's kind of like just a little head nod, like appreciative. Aurora Avenue is actually where Kurt Cobain was big, and he would just kind of go and just hang out by himself and get away from things and go back to being himself. He would just get a hotel room by himself and eat potato chips and watch TV and just hang and go back to just trying to find himself, and trying to find that peace, and
That's cool.
and that was just very interesting to me, because I think that he's a very honest person, and that he yeah.
So with that, where did you guys get the name Defeat the Low? Why that?
Well, obviously the name comes from a Balance and Composure song.
Cool.
But it's more particularly the term that hit home with us, particularly for myself. When we started this band and started jamming, the term Defeat the Low actually kind of hit home with me, just because it's always kind of been like for myself, a struggle with trying to defeat that low, whether it's depression or energy, or it's just trying to stay positive, and that's kind of like what I write about a lot, is trying to like overcome and just trying to stay positive and perseverance and such, and that's kind of yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's all those out of the way. And I like to do 3 questions that are kind of fun, kind of goofy, and fast, so I can't think too much of them. And the 3 are, right now we're going to do, now I'm going to give it to Defeat the Low first, and I'm hoping that you guys know these characters as well. I'm not knocking you for your age, But what, if you were a Toy Story character, what Toy Story character would you be? Ready, go.
The dinosaur.
Like the main dude, Woody. I
Woody,
suppose.
yeah.
I mean,
I don't know. I'll say Buzz because he's pretty cool.
Buzz, because he's cool.
Mr. Potato Head.
Mr. Potato Head.
He's always bitching.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. And now you can do the same thing. Now you're in a different band, so you can be whatever you want to be as well.
I'd be Sid.
Sid?
Little Bo Peep.
Little Bo Peep. That says a lot about this band already.
Yeah.
Sid and Little Bo Peep.
I got the name.
Yeah, he was quick. He's like, I already know what it's going to be.
Yeah.
And then the 2 more, we got, all right, now in the band, for Defeat the Low, who will survive at the end of a horror movie?
Oh my gosh.
You guys know?
Aaron.
probably me.
He's
He'll
rough.
probably be the most
Aaron's
tactical
rough.
about it.
Yeah, I don't know. You guys watch. I'll hide in a hole for like a month.
or something.
Say you did.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. Actually, Craig. I think Craig.
Yeah.
Depending
Yeah,
on
you
what.
can weld some shit,
That's
man.
true. I could build a
I'm tall, but
doomsday.
stick out, so I don't know.
Yeah. I would crawl into. I'd crawl into this bus.
I'll just MacGyver.
So he's a digger. So all we know is that the guy who survives is the guy who goes in a hole.
Yeah, but in the beginning, I'd be the guy that looked like he'd be knocked off first. Though.
Chimney sweep.
Oh, okay. So you're like,
yeah.
come back.
You would think I would die first.
You're
somehow.
the dude that secretly is like behind the whole thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true.
He's the villain. And then this is the last one, the big one. Now, a lot of people are afraid to always talk about, but I need to know, what is the most embarrassing CD you've ever bought?
Embarrassing CD.
Like, you don't want to tell anyone, but you're going to tell
Okay,
them now.
TLC. Sixth grade.
Which one?
Crazy Sexy Cool.
Crazy Sexy Cool, yeah.
Of course.
Like a guilty pleasure type
Guilty
thing?
pleasure.
Okay.
Well,
man.
I think I found one in his CD player actually.
Oh.
Mine?
Yeah, Adele. Oh, no, that's your dad. So
Yeah.
pop.
I don't know. I don't really think it's like that much of a guilty pleasure. Justin Timberlake. That's just
No, that's
Yeah, that's
No,
good.
that's
Not
shit's yeah. That's like
Yeah.
You bought it though, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm proud of everything I listen to. I'll just say, you know, it's not embarrassing, but Tegan and Sarah, that's probably something people wouldn't assume I would
not
listen
assume
to.
that.
Masculinity-wise.
But it is super
Yeah.
awesome. So it's not guilty at all because I'm proud of it. So
Stay true to you.
Maybe in like 4th grade I bought Will Smith's Big Willie style.
I wasn't too
proud of that.
Yeah, I've got a few, but I guess the main one would probably be Ace of Base.
is that all you need is another baby or whatever?
Let's get a live like me in this action.
Okay.
What do we got? Let's embarrass yourself.
I'll probably have to say the new Defeat the Low record.
He didn't buy that.
That was good.
I can't believe you
That was given to him.
I think I was really into the Shrek soundtrack for a while.
Really? Yeah. I gotta say
Shrek
that.
on it?
You can tell the difference of the ages right there. Like, oh yeah, I was really big into Shrek.
Yeah, that was like my main jam for a while.
That's awesome.
I mean, my parents bought me a 98 Degrees CD when I was.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm sure that the
Yeah, I did wear out that Frozen soundtrack though, man.
The Frozen
How about that
everyone
Shazam soundtrack?
Shazam?
Well, yeah. But again, thank you guys so much. Seriously, I am Ryan with
Shazam!